Yo, a lot of people always ask me, like, Jay, how do you change or reinvent yourself? How do you erase problems out your life? Most people wake up every morning and they deal with a lot of things. They deal with addiction, they deal with shortcomings, they deal with misunderstandings on how to use their mind, they deal with financial issues, they deal with a lot of things being a human being on this planet that they just can't figure out. And the question was posed to me on several occasions: how do you reinvent yourself or how do you change? Well, for me, I always understood this as a principle of living, that it takes an individual to want change, to create change. A lot of people suffer every day, rob themselves of their true potential, but not understanding what comes first in their life. Like, what is the most important thing I need to do when I wake up in the morning? I struggled with that myself before I got some decent footing going for myself. A lot of us, we start off our day worrying about rent, jobs, husband, wife, kids, a lot of things that we cannot change. A lot of us, we struggle with that. We worry about all these things that we can't change. And a lot of us don't understand that the things we can change are the things we should be changing. You got a woman you don't trust and you can't live without her. You insecure about what she's doing when you're not around, and your mind is on that, and you can't change that. You have a husband you can't control. He's a drinker, smoker, whatever it may be. You can't control that. You overweight, dealing with diabetes, high blood pressure, glaucoma, whatever it may be. You can control that to a certain degree. It's always on the individual to take pride in putting their priorities, what's important first, to make changes in your life. You got to make the decision. And all three of the things I just talked about, when I use the example of the man cheating, the woman cheating, or the insecure man with the woman that he can't control, and you having personal issues with your own life, you have to make decisions based upon which are the most important for you. It was a young guy that asked me to make a video because he was going through a lot of stuff. He was going through a lot of problems with his girlfriend. He was going through a lot of problems with his living arrangement. And he's a huge fan of the work that I do on the internet and my sports show. So I told him that I'm going to start making more positive videos and give my opinion. He said, Jay, you're a smooth talker. I like the way you talk and I'd love to listen to you. And I told him like this. I said, bro, if I can help you in any way, I'm going to take my pride in my time to give you the proper medicine. I'm not just going to ramble off anything in the video. I want to give you some food for thought and some perspective. This video is about reinventing yourself and how to make changes in your life. When I gave those three descriptions, most people will probably choose the path of resistance instead of the path of least resistance. Most people wake up every day knowing what the problem was yesterday. They deal in relationships, they can't control their spouse, they feel that they're dominated far as with their feelings, that they are put in a situation where they can't control their feelings the way they feel about somebody else, and they can't let go and they can't make changes. That's a choice. You know what I mean? Because when you look at loving anybody in any relationship that you're in, you have to choose to love yourself first. If you're in love with anybody, you have to. It's always a one love for self, and it's a second love for someone else. And I think a lot of people, they don't know what one love is. They don't know what one love is. They don't know that in the beginning of your life, it starts with you loving yourself when you start living. See, living isn't just the act of breathing. Living is when you can look at yourself in the mirror and know that everything that you're going to do on this planet, while you are breathing and while you are here in the land of the living, you're going to do to make yourself a better person. And in having one love for yourself, you got to have vision. And having vision means you can see a better you than what you see right now. A lot of us, we struggle because we can't see a better person beyond who we are right now. You know, a lot of people, they get up every morning, they do the same routine, get the same results, and they blame everybody around me, say, well, I don't have any friends, I don't have nobody to talk to, nobody can be trusted. Everybody's full of it. Nobody is worthy of being my friend. Who can I trust? When you make statements like that, one of the first things you should always do is say to yourself, can I trust myself? Am I taking care of am I taking care of me like I should be taken care of? You know, when I hear about young people especially that's in love, you know, it's funny to me that it's a cycle of love that you're gonna go through. And when it's over with, some people can snap out of it in 1 year. Some people might take 10 years in a relationship to snap out of it. Some people might take 15 years, some even 20, 30, 40, 50. But most people, when they finally snap out of, I'm in this terrible love triangle, they figured out in the end, I should have been loving myself all along. And I think that's the problem with anybody that don't love themselves. They don't understand how to love themselves, and they have put too much stock into other people or into other things. You know what I mean? So I would say to you and all those that's watching this video, how to reinvent yourself, you have to create a new you. You have to start with a new you. You have to envision a new you. You have to take all the goals and all the things that you wanted as a child. You have to put those things on the forefront. You have to take all your talents, all your gifts from God, put those on the forefront. You have to know that nobody is better than you in your eyesight. Nobody is better than you. When I say that, I'm not saying that in a arrogant term, far as saying I'm just the greatest, but you're not really great, or I'm the best basketball player, but you're the worst basketball player. I'm not saying it in that text. I'm saying it in the fact that you're going to keep yourself encouraged, that you don't have to stoop down to anyone. You don't need anybody's approval. You don't have to let a person walk over you to feel like you're a part of something. A lot of people spend too much time trying to get approval from other people about their life. And the people that they want approval from, they're not even a part of their destiny. See, when we start looking at a better vision for us, we start to attach destiny to that. And when you attach destiny to your life, that's when living starts to manifest itself. That's when you start living, when you can manifest a vision of who you want to be. I see a lot of kids right now, they don't know who they want to be. They don't know what life is worth living for. They think being a rapper or a basketball player is the answer to all financial problems. They don't care or know anything about having a destiny as a human being. Like what was I born to do? Who am I? A lot of people never ask the question, who am I? Everything is about, I'm going to be a rapper. I see what rappers do. I see the income of rappers. I see all the chicks they have. I see all the false glory they have, all the vanity. I see all those things. But they never say to themselves, is that my true destiny? What is my destiny? Who am I? And if you don't know who you are, how can you reinvent yourself? Because you never knew who the self was. So you have to come to grips to change your life, to get over anything in life. You have to understand who you are and what's your destiny. You have to learn to put things in the proper priority. You have to put things that can further you in life first. Those things help you grow and help you reach your fullest potential in your destiny. God is always going to be the greatest listener. God is the one in the force that you should turn to in any time of need. Most people, they turn to people. People are confused and lost. So if you turn to a person that's confused and lost, he's going to further confuse you with his answer to your life. So when we talk about reinventing ourselves, how do we get started? One love is always the first step. To love yourself is always the first step in reinventing yourself. Finding out your strengths and weaknesses. finding out your destiny, talking to God, prayer, meditation, all these things mean something. A broken heart in any relationship is just a misunderstanding of love of yourself. Because you have to learn to love enough to let others go. If you're holding somebody pinned to you that's depressing you, believe it or not, you might say, this person is my greatest enemy. He's depressing me. I don't get along with him. That person, you're holding that person to you. If you let go of people, you love enough to let go of things or people that hold you back, you can free yourself from that problem. So, like I said before, reinventing yourself starts with one love. Understand who you are. Understand what your destiny is. Understand what you want to be. Dig deep inside. Put your talents on a sheet of paper. Put your passion. Put the visions of you on a sheet of paper. And understand that's who you want to be and work at that. I hope this video was encouraging to anybody out there that woke up this morning, was lost, didn't know which way to go. They got a heartbreak from a bad marriage. They got financial problems. They got physical problems. They got all types of problems with their life where they just can't figure it out. How do I get myself in order? Where do I start? I hope this video encouraged you. I hope this video gave you some strength to be able to crawl out of that funk that you're in. I hope that you can turn to God and let God be your resource and your energy source for everything you need on this planet, because when it's all said and done, it's only you and him. Everything else is illusion. Peace. I'm your boy Jay Howard, and I'm out.